He is the man to beat on Jeopardy. Even host Alex Trebek says everywhere he goes, people are talking about him. That man is James Holzhauer, and now he holds the second longest winning streak in the show's history with 21 wins in a row. And so far, he has pocketed more than $1 million.
And what did you wager? $29,403. That gives you a nice payday today.
Nature sticks it to you, 1,000. What is the I?
The I is right. You doubled your score to 10,000.
From the Greek, 1,200. What is Sarah Lawrence?
You got it right.
All in.
All in. All right.
What is Persia?
You are right. Lead over Samir. All of it? Okay.
Who is Jesse James?
Yes, indeed.
And again, and again, and again, the contestant to beat here, Ken Jennings, who ranked in 74 wins and more than $2 million. That was back in 2004. There's even a hashtag chasing Ken. Harry Hinton is our CNN senior political writer and analyst, and he joins me now. Talking Jeopardy.
Why not? I mean, my father would prefer Wheel of Fortune, but we're talking Jeopardy.
I mean,
here.
I was a classic concentration gal, but maybe I'm dating myself a little bit. Also, Alex Trebek.
There you go. Or The Price is Right. That's a Bob Barker thing for me.
How is he doing this?
Yeah, I mean, it's quite amazing, and obviously he's captivated the country, and I think it's a few different parts of his strategy. And let's just talk about this first. And I think there's a key quote here that on the board. I'm not going to read it out loud, but I think the key thing here is building a stack. That is a key part of that, because what he's doing is he's starting at the bottom of the board and he's building up large amounts of money very, very fast, getting out early. And that's important because then what he's doing separately is he's finding the double Jeopardy. He's finding the daily doubles, excuse me.
He's going.
And so what he can do is then he can build a lot of money very, very fast because he gets that money, then he bets a ton of it on the daily double, which we saw in those clips, and then he gets out to this huge, huge lead. But then it's even more than that. It's not just building it through daily doubles. Then you get into double Jeopardy, and then you get into final Jeopardy. And someone like Ken Jennings, what Ken Jennings would have done is he would have said, you know what, I'm out ahead. I'm basically going to coast. He's not doing that. What he is doing through double Jeopardy and final Jeopardy is betting considerably larger wagers than Ken Jennings did. And by doing that, by getting these large wagers early, then building in double Jeopardy, and then building it in final Jeopardy, you see these massive amounts of money that he's winning.
But it's not just strategy and going, bottom up and the wagers. It's the guy knows the answers to the questions.
I think that's exactly it, right, folks? If you do not know the answers, then what are you going to do? You have to know the answers, and you have to have very, very fast buzzer time, right? And by having fast buzzer time and by knowing the answers and then optimizing it with the strategy that he's been doing, he's been able to win a lot.
Okay.
Maybe, here's a question, though. Is he going to take me on in political trivia? Can we do an election night trivia contest?
Smoke him.
And also,
smoke him.
I'm going to smoke him. And let me just note one other thing, Brooke. This is the last day that you are on this particular set, and I am honored that you had me with you.
Pounce.
Right there, Pam.
Love you, Harry.
Boom.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Harry, very much. We're going to stay on Jeopardy because this is really what all of y'all are talking about. So will Holzhauer's game plan make him the #1 all-time Jeopardy winner? Jeopardy host Alex Trebek thinks so. This is what he said on ABC about Holzhauer's amazing winning streak.
He has forced me to change a view that I have held for many years, and that is that the Ken Jennings record would never be broken. But I look at James and I say, oh my gosh, look at what he's doing. When you look at his performance, he has no weaknesses. He's only missed one final Jeopardy. I believe he's missed 4 daily doubles. He's all in so often. He knows how to play the game, as Ken did.
Right.
He has a strategy. He's a gambler. He knows when to go all in, when to lay back.
Keith Williams is now with me. He's a former Jeopardy college champ who analyzes wagering strategies from contestants in Final Jeopardy and his blog, The Final Wager. Keith, let's be real. Does this guy tick you off?
No. I love when people dominate the game.
You do.
People who come in prepared and who study the strategy beforehand and come in willing to make large wagers. That's just, it's hard to top something like that.
How did you pull it off, and what was your strategy?
Just start at the top of the column and work your way down. That's the way that most people play Jeopardy.
Most people.
Yeah, and that's very viewer friendly because you're in one category and you get 5 clues there and then you go to the next, and it's very comfortable. It's very comfortable if you're at home, but it's especially comfortable if you're standing under the lights, because on stage, when you're actually playing the game...
Is your heart just like...
I don't even remember most of my games. It's just an unreal feeling of
out-of-body
pressure
experience.
And nervousness, yeah.
What do you make of what he has pulled off, not just in winning, but how he wagers and how he sort of almost like the way he's going bottom up, which isn't traditional. I mean, apparently he's studied all these children's books. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to know the answers to the questions. But
yeah, I think there's two things that he's doing, but I think it's important to point out that neither of these are new. They're strategies that have been tried by a lot of contestants, some more successfully than others. Very few have done it very well. The first is, starting from the bottom. Players like Arthur Chu did that, trying to find the daily doubles, rack up a lot of money so that they can wager a lot.
Yeah.
That works sometimes. It's very hard to do on stage because you lose focus and you are like, what's category? I don't know. And a lot of players have tried to do big wagers. Alex Jacob, who won the Tournament of Champions a few years ago, he was well known for going all in. He didn't push his chips in or anything, but he was also a poker player, so there was a gambling mentality there, just calculated risk.
So why do you think then that since it's not new?
It's not
Why
new.
has he pulled this off?
Well, he has the goods.
What are the goods?
The goods are two things: being very knowledgeable and having good buzzer timing. Because if you don't get in first, you're not going to get the opportunity to answer. And if you wager a lot on a daily double and you don't know the answer, you're going to go back to zero. And he has just been very, very consistent at getting those daily doubles, making big wagers, and getting them right, and then taking an insurmountable lead in the final Jeopardy.
Do you think he has the potential to surpass the $2 million that Ken Jennings won?
I think he does. I don't think he's going to win as many games, because if you're wagering a lot, eventually you're going to get one wrong, and it's going to cost you. It's a very high volatility play.
Yeah.
But I think he has a very good shot at breaking $2.5 million.
Dang. Keith Williams. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I appreciate it on All Things Jeopardy.